Coming up on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after show.
This whole friendship break has been a really horrible experience for me, and I don't think you really care.
My whole friendship with her had been turned on its head.
I eat from her, but she still doesn't see that I would be there for her.
They know someone that worked for you, and now they're an informant.
This is decades in prison.
The feds ain't gonna come knocking on your door like Homeland Security for a little charge. Yeah, no.
I'm not saying that she's guilty, but there has to be something.
Was this the first time you questioned her innocence?
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City after show starts now.
Whitney, Heather visits you at home and you ask her again about her eye.
Why won't you tell me, Heather? Did you black out? Or do you know what happened? Well, I feel like once again, she tried to deflect.
I remember how I got it.
You do?
Yeah, and other people know how I got it too.
So why do those people know and I don't?
Because I was on a friendship break.
What the happened to your eye, and are you okay? Like, do you need help?
I am not in a place to confide anything in her or in a place to like seek counsel from her.
You and Jen were having the best time ever, extremely intoxicated with your tops off, running around putting your boobs on people.
Jen's boob did it. It's this force of nature.
It just felt like I was sitting with a stranger, and that felt weird and sad too. I didn't trust her anymore.
If she were to say, this is what happened, don't tell a soul, I would help her find what she needs to solve the problem. I genuinely feel so confused why she doesn't trust me with the information. And I know it's not about the rumors. Angie told us that's who Lisa sleeps with for the jazz tickets.
Wait, what? Well, guess what? I didn't hear that nugget!
It's way deeper than that. It just hurts because at the end of the day, I eat from her, but she still doesn't see that I would be there for her. It was frustrating, but I'm starting to be really comfortable and used to Heather's the way that she is.
I saw the black eye and it was really troubling. I really tried to press her.
The last people who were with you, seen at the crime scene, were
Meredith, me, Angie K, Jen.
Why are you saying Jen last?
I gotta be honest, it made me feel bad that she wasn't willing to talk about it. But I have to respect that, you know, that's her business. I'm not gonna push her too hard, but I also hope she trusts me enough. Sometimes with Heather, I feel bad. I feel like, for some reason, you're not trusting me enough to tell me what's really going on. And I have to remember not to take it personally. Maybe she's been burned, because I've never betrayed her trust. So maybe this is just past experience she's bringing into this relationship.
Just because I'm taking space from her doesn't mean I'm not worried about her well-being. I think that we were all watching Heather kind of go through something. Oh my God.
What the
Happened.
We don't know. Well, I think we all know what happened. I just think we don't want to talk about it.
I don't know what it is yet, but it's clear that something changed with Heather this last year. And I know from a lot of people around her, everyone's concerned. I did reach out to Dre and I just said, hey, I'm very concerned about Heather. And Dre said, me too.
I think Heather takes on a lot. I think she has more pain than she shows. I think she has been extremely vulnerable with me and my husband. I mean, there's times I have looked over and Heather is crying on my husband's shoulder. And I selfishly have felt like, why don't you open up to me on that level, you know? And I think Heather takes on more than people understand. Like, this girl is raising her kids. She's writing this book. She's running a business. She left the church, which basically means you emancipate yourself from your family. She's carrying a big burden. I just hope she's not protecting an abuser. And that just goes to show where she's at. Like, you gotta love yourself enough to not protect somebody who did this to you.
Do you now know what happened to Heather's eye?
No, she would not talk about it. Every time it was brought up, she would say, I'm not talking about it. I'm taking it to my grave. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
She still won't tell me. I asked her 2 days ago what happened, and she said, I will never tell you. I said, will I find out? She said, maybe. I don't understand who or what she's protecting.
At the last dinner in San Diego, Danna brings up an informant around Jen's case.
An informant? I haven't heard the word informant since they didn't even, Zero Dark 30. What?
It's someone that I really trust, that I know for a very long time. Supposedly, they know someone that worked for you and said that your company or the work that you were doing was very sketchy.
Who?
And they pleaded guilty to whatever these allegations are, and now they're an informant.
That's helpful, Danna. Let's bring up an FBI informant.
Right. Let's take somebody's freedom and put out into the universe things that are a friend of a friend of a friend's saying this.
I mean, it's like Inspector Gadget in a
This
trench
is not
coat, like sunglasses.
This is not blowjobs for jazz tickets. This is decades in prison. It's kind of a big deal.
As soon as I brought it up, she was like, "F you, you're talking about my family, you're talking about my kids, this is my livelihood."
What you're talking about is my life. What you're talking about, no, so don't bring it up because that is my life.
I warned you, you had a 70-30% chance that she was gonna flip out, but
I thought
it needed
she
to be
was
said.
but I thought I could talk to her like a normal person. Like, we're adults, we're women, let's talk to each other. But she screams, she yells.
Check your source, then. Check your source.
I don't know how to respond to someone like that.
It was like, honey, read the room. Are you kidding me? I got a black eye. I've got a decimated friendship. I've got, blowjobs for basketball seats, and now we're going to bring in an FBI informant. My God, when I signed up for this show, I thought I was going to be fighting about hospital smell.
My aunt is like my mother who
But
raised
what do you
me.
want me to do?
Not say you smell like hospital when she gets both legs amputated.
And people's poor fashion choices.
I feel like we need to style Whitney out a little bit, Mayor.
What's wrong with my style?
It's a little Utah.
This is too much. It's too much.
I wanted to just let her know why I can't with her, pretty much. I can't ride with you, I can't be your friend, knowing what I know.
Someone that I know was working for Jen, and now he's an informant.
This whole time I'm sitting there carrying her and telling people that she's innocent.
I'm innocent!
But knowing what I knew, I could never really fully open up myself to her and be a friend.
This whole time I've been telling Danna that, she should get to know Jen and make her own assumptions on Jen. Don't go off of public opinion. We're innocent until proven guilty. You don't want to assume she's guilty.
I was always trying to protect myself. I don't want to be associated with someone like that. It's okay with the other ladies. That's fine. They've had longer relationships with her. They've already built connections with her. But I just felt like, with me personally, I didn't want anything to do with someone like that.
Lisa, we see you supporting John in one of his hobbies.
There you go. Just hold on to it.
Okay, I got it. I got the fish. Oh my God.
But I want to know, what's it like having John's support throughout this Housewives journey?
One of the reasons why I married John was his strong respect for women. And John also is north facing. And I think he's always been such a strength in our home and a support to me. He's always just let me be me.
I need a Diet Coke from Sonic. I want Taco Bell. You want Wendy's?
Yeah.
And it's really nice to be married to someone who supports me, loves me, encourages me.
You know what I really want to learn how to make is eggs.
Yeah.
I'll try.
And literally looks at me as his equal in business. I'm gonna go inside because it's cold. Jillian, come with me. John is the best, because I would not do that for him.
We work really well together.
Did Lisa prep you for this interview?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
In our marriage, as a mother, as a parent, John is my best sounding board, and he gives amazing advice.
I was really upset last night. I called John, he helped calm me down. After having a burrito and some Kit Kats, I realized this needs to be about Jen.
But he also keeps me in check too. If John thinks hey, I disagree with that. And he has very strong opinions on things too. No crib for his bed. Nope, it's not gonna work, hold on.
Totally, that's off.
John's a rock though. John laughed when I told him about the rumors.
Angie told us that John, Barlow, and Lisa have those tickets because Lisa sleeps with.
I think what made me really sad, I don't want to get emotional, was don't talk about my husband or my family, because that's everything to me. Like, we work very hard on our marriage. We work very hard to be good parents. We work very hard on our businesses. And, you know, he knows who I am. He knows, like, what I'm all about. Like, everybody likes to shove perfect down my throat. It's a label they put on me.
Lisa's mad at me for telling her that she's not perfect.
I'm never about being perfect. I just want to be a better person every day. Like, what's the point of living if you're not trying to improve yourself every day? And it's not about, like, I want to be better than anybody else. It's just like, I want progression. When you ask me what, like, hell is, hell would be being stagnant. Like, I don't want that. I just don't. I'm not interested in that. I mean, I'm really grateful. He's not the norm. He's an anomaly.